Subscribe to this YouTube channel please, and enjoy watching the video. Here we go. England have produced many truly wonderful players. Despite failing to win more than one major international trophy, the Three Lions have seen some of the greatest footballers to have kicked a ball, don the famous white shirt, down the years. But who is the greatest England player of all time? It's a question that is near enough impossible to answer. You simply have to include a number of England's 1966 World Cup winners in the argument, while members of the country's fabled golden generation also have to feature. Well, fans have given their opinion on the matter by ranking the best players to have ever hailed from England. The standings over on Ranker are certainly controversial to say the least, and are sure to spark plenty of debate. Let's take a closer look at the top 25. 25. Phil Neal, best known for his 11-year spell with Liverpool in the 1970s and 80s. Phil Neal made 50 appearances for England between 1976 to 1983, scoring 5 goals. He's also remembered for working as Graham Taylor's assistant during the early 1990s. Curiously, he ranks higher on the list than the likes of Peter S. Hilton, Stuart Pearce, David Seaman, Terry Butcher, and even Sir Geoff Hurst. Remember, we didn't create these rankings. We're just as baffled as you by some of them. 24. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Look, Trent Alexander-Arnold hasn't achieved as much with England as other players on this list. But there's no denying that the Liverpool star is an unbelievable footballer. It will be a travesty if Gareth Southgate and his successors don't get the best out of the versatile fullback in an England shirt. Does Trent have the ability to become one of England's best ever players? Without doubt, there aren't many better passers of a ball in either the Premier League or, indeed, wider European football. The Liverpool fullback has found success in recent times by playing as a midfielder for England. This could be the long-term solution for the Scouser, with fans being keen to see him play this role for years. 23. Glenn Hoddle. A maverick who made the game look easy, Glenn Hoddle is unquestionably one of the most technically gifted footballers on this list. If anything, he should probably be higher, much higher. In fact, his ability to dominate a game from the middle of the park with his exceptional use of both feet, he remains one of the best English midfielders of all time. Best remembered for his 12 years at Tottenham, Hoddle made 53 appearances for England. While he probably should have earned a lot more caps, he did at least have a stint managing England between 1996 to 1999. Hoddle has been a regular personality in both punditry and commentary over recent years, giving his thoughts on the modern game from a professional point of view. 22. Sol Campbell. Sol Campbell is one of the Premier League's greatest centre-backs and was also a key player for England in the late 1990s and early to mid-2000s. He made his international debut in 1996. 3 years before one of the most controversial transfers in football history saw him move from Tottenham to Arsenal. Campbell made 73 appearances for England between 1996 to 2007, scoring 1 goal along the way, and was usually rock solid at the heart of defense. An unusual claim to fame for Campbell is perhaps the funniest slide tackle ever, as the defender went for a challenge against Croatia that looked like it was never going to end. 21. Phil F. Foden. There's no denying that Phil F. Foden is a phenomenal young player, but he can consider himself a little fortunate to already be 21st on this list. That said, the 23-year-old midfielder has already won a treble with Manchester City, so perhaps that's slightly harsh. At the time of writing, Foden has made 27 appearances for England, scoring 4 goals. Like Alexander-Arnold, it feels like we're yet to see the best of Foden, who was the standout player during the Under-17 World Cup in 2017 in an England shirt. Foden is one of 10 world-class players who are underappreciated by their national side, with other players often given the nod by Southgate ahead of him. 20. Tony Adams. A colossal defender who spent his entire club career with Arsenal, Tony Adams is widely regarded as one of the greatest leaders in the history of English football. He won 4 league titles for the Gunners as he went on to be one of Arsenal's greatest ever centre-backs. Adams was an old-school defender who took a no-nonsense approach on the field, and he was adored by fans for his strong leadership. From 1987 to 2000, Adams made 66 appearances for England and popped up with 5 goals. He sadly suffered from a range of off-field problems during his career and could have achieved even more in the game, particularly at international level, had things been different away from the pitch.